Oh, and we are back, ladies and gentlemen, with
Yo,
another episode of Blitz and Bricks. Number 19 has arrived upon us. What's up, fellas? How we doing today?
what's going on?
Doing awesome, man. How
Just
about
hanging out.
yourself?
Oh, I couldn't be more terrific. I'm just so happy. It's a Tuesday at 6 p.m. and Blitz and Bricks is on the TV in every single home across the world. Everywhere.
Everything.
Every single home across the
We
world.
are missing Hunter today, so I will be kicking us off with our debate topic for today. It's going to be one
That
debate topic split between all three of us,
that is
and
true.
that topic is: Will Dak Prescott lead the Cowboys to a Super Bowl during his career?
During his career, or during his career in Dallas.
During his career, it says the debate topic states that will he lead the Cowboys to a Super Bowl? So it would have to be in
I
his
don't
career
believe
in
that his
Dallas.
career goes anywhere else but Dallas. I think he'd stay there. But I also believe that for the longest time, I believe Dak Prescott could leave the Dallas Cowboys and win a Super Bowl the next year on any other roster. Just because I'm sure someone would take that talent and recognize it and give him what he needs on the other side of the football. But that being said, I kind of have a little bit different of an angle to take here than that. That was my angle for years. Now, my new angle, if you look back at the 90s, we had a great roster, but we needed that one final piece to really push us over into being that dynasty. And that is famously known as the trade we made with the 49ers for edge rusher Charles Haley. Like, this guy was a freaking freak, all right? And he was an asshole. And nobody wanted to be around him. He was a locker room cancer. We brought him in, and he found his home in Dallas. Uh, Absolutely turned around. Everyone loved him. He was a freak of nature on the other side of the football, and that was what we needed to become that dynasty that we were back in the 90s with those 3 rings that we got. Um, so, my question is, how are we making the moves now to find that final piece that we needed to push us over the edge? Could you consider the draft pick of Caleb Downs, the trade of Micah Parsons that helped us acquire Quinnen Williams, Rashawn Gary, so many other guys, either via draft or trade? Uh, do all of these moves together kind of, and the signing of Von Miller just 2 days ago, yes, he's a bit older, but he still had 9 sacks last year, for the Commanders, mind you, one of the worst pass rushers in the league last year. And this altogether a cumulative equal to what we did in the 90s with the trade for Charles Haley? Is this going to be
You can't answer my question with a question.
that's that my direction of my answer is I think that might be what we get to get a Super Bowl for Dak. I do think Dak does get a Super Bowl in his career, but is Dallas going to let Dak get that? I don't think the question should
What do
be.
you what do you think his window is, like his career window? What do you think he has, like 2 or 3 more years of high
I
performing quarterback play?
I think you're going to get 3 to 4 more years of great QB play out of Dak, and then I think you're going to get maybe 2 years of a decent bridge to mentor a young and next up QB out of Dak after Dak. I mean, you got to think about it. He's only. It depends on how healthy he stays for the rest of his career. I mean,
Yeah, and I
say
don't
him
trust that at all.
another major injury. All right, give him give him 2 years max, 2 more years of a window. But I think if you bring in, look at the offense last year, we're ranked top 5, top 3 in almost every single category, but the red zone. And in the red zone, we're still on the top half of the league where we were ranked. Uh, we had one of the greatest offenses in the league last year, and they're looking to improve and be the greatest offense this year in every metric, which would be massive. I think the only thing you have to do to get Dak Prescott that Super Bowl is just pull a few things together on the other side of the ball. You start getting some stops that you couldn't get last year, and you're going to come out there and win way more than you could last year. 7 games is still a good amount from a first time head coach that nobody would give an interview to. They led such a great offense. It's really up to Christian Parker and what he does with all these new amazing acquisitions that we've made.
I want to hear Jake's take on this.
I'm gonna say, okay, more likely than not, he will not win a Super Bowl, but I'm not gonna put him at fault. He's been over his career the last decade. I mean, he's pretty easily been a top 10, pretty comfortably a top 10 quarterback in the NFL over that span. But the coaching staffs that he's had have kind of let him down. They haven't had a coach that kind of elevates the scheme out of those players, in my opinion. Maybe Schottenheimer can be that guy, obviously, but I've seen enough over the last however many years to kind of bet that that's not going to be the case. And they're like, well, I do think the Cowboys are definitely they're going to be a playoff team this year. I could see them winning 10, 11 plus games. When I have to bet against you against the field and it's 1 versus 32, even though like one of those teams has to come out on top, I don't think their roster is strong enough, especially yet. And then, obviously, Dak he's gonna be making more and more as the years go on. He's gonna be getting older. CeeDee Lamb's gonna be getting older. That O line's still gonna be young, but those guys got to get paid too. The cap is just gonna keep going up and up, and then, some of these good back end players that you have on your roster, they're not gonna be there anymore. So your depth is gonna be a little shot. Your roster is gonna be a little bit older. Your coaching staff is still far from a sure thing until we see a lot of improvements otherwise. I just think it's more likely than not that they win a Super Bowl, and I'd be pretty confident to say they're not going to win a Super Bowl, but I do very much want to see it happen. But even though I don't think it's going to happen, I'm not saying Dak's not going to lead them there. I'm just saying the organization has failed him more than anything.
Yeah, that's kind of what I meant with my question. I was like, it's not will Dak get the Cowboys to a Super Bowl, it's will the Cowboys let Dak get to a Super Bowl. That's really more the issue. I think the team itself is more in his way than anything other than that. I mean, you can't play against your own defense every single game.
You also have to think about the competition that you're going up against. In these next couple of years, you have a pretty much super team in the Rams. On the NFC side of the ball.
But you also got to think about the age on that side. They're going to lose Stafford after a year or two. They're going to lose
a year or two. But
this Aaron Donald thing, if he does come out of retirement, this is a one-off thing. It's not going to be that long. Maybe you see 2 years out of Myles Garrett before he starts thinking about he's done, doesn't want to play anymore. I mean, I bet you the Rams, this Rams team goes out there, they'll go get a ring, and a lot of those guys will be like, all right, I'm done. That's it.
Yeah, but even then, like you get through another year without winning a ring, like that Cowboys roster is another year older, and they've all taken more hits or more prone to injury and stuff like that. Like,
yeah,
I mean, even then, like CeeDee Lamb, the last couple of years, he's missed close to 10 games, maybe. I really like he's a little bit injury prone too. Like I'm just saying, like all these guys, like. If they can hit on a lot of draft picks, then they'll be good. But the roster they have in place now is even you see how all the time 2 to 4 years down the line the NFL changes so much. I don't think GP is going to be there for long. I don't know if they're going to want to pay 2 receivers, 35 plus million a year. I just don't know if that's a good investment. And even though I love George Pickens, you still got to consider. We have to make good financial decisions, especially when, we have our quarterback and he's making $60 million a year. He's aging. We got to build the best possible team around him. And I don't know. It's just a tricky question. So I don't know. I think they're definitely at a disadvantage, but that's just because the odds of winning a Super Bowl are really low to begin with.
Right.
So
a lot of things have to go right, and there's also a lot of unforeseen things. And
I will say, people will clown you. People will clown you if you say the Cowboys are Super Bowl contenders this year. Which
I don't know, man. This is the most hype that the media has given the Cowboys this year, and that kind of makes me feel like it's a trap, bro.
You gotta play the ceiling game though. Can the Cowboys let us down? Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's happened all the time, but. I mean, imagine the defense is just, they go from one of the worst units of all time to an average unit with that offense.
That's what I'm saying. That right there, that's a deep playoff run. That is a deep playoff run. You buy 3 or 4 more stops in most of those games last year, and that is a lot of those games are won. I mean, you just almost every single game you can't make a single stop when it matters, and like that just
Dude,
put the
JJ,
offense
I
out there
watched
even
JJ
harder.
McCarthy dice up the Cowboys defense. Like that tells
Yeah.
you something, bro. That tells you something.
Nobody watched JJ McCarthy. Nobody watched JJ McCarthy dice up the Dallas Cowboys defense. Everybody watched
Dude, he
9
hit the
dice
gritty
up
on
the Dallas
us.
Cowboys defense. That was 9, bro. That he put on his war paint, dude. He put on his war paint in the locker room. He said, "I had a big one against the Commanders last week. I'm gonna go and get another big one this week." An
And then he
easier
hit the gritty,
defense.
bro.
Yeah, it's not a gritty. That's a McGriddle, bro. I can't
All right.
believe that happened.
What's the consensus here?
You know
They
what?
know they don't win the Super Bowl, but I'd love to see it happen. But the
I'm gonna
realistic
be
side is no.
I like where Jake's head's at because it makes sense, but I'm gonna go on the more optimistic side and say that I believe that Christian Parker can get the defense together. It's looked like an entirely different roster out there. The morale is through the roof, and they have the same energy. If you watch any of the documentaries of that team from the '90s, the only thing that we haven't done yet or haven't found out about yet is, and maybe George Pickens is doing this, but Michael Irvin had a whole crack house that the team was partying out of all the time, and they were freaking riled up. And they have the same similar energy this season. They are fierce. They're talking shit. The whole way after we finished the Rams off in that camp at Oxnard, the whole way to the locker room, the Cowboys are chirping at every player, talking their shit about how they dominated them out there and they're supposed to be a super team. And then they turned around without being told to by their coaching staff, and then they went and ran. They did conditioning, and Dak Prescott got fired up for it. I like what we're going to see in the years to come, and I think that there is a positive chance that the Cowboys could win a Super Bowl. So I'm going to be
I'm
the
gonna
opposite.
say I'm gonna say yes, and I'm gonna take it a step further and say it's going to be this year. As
If there's any year,
irrational
if
as
there's
an irrational Cowboys fan, I'm
if
gonna
there's
go
any
ahead and
year,
say it's
man,
going to be this year.
if there's any year, this is our year. You know, and I got another hot take to throw out there before we wrap up on the debate, and I think this is something that I laid down real hard on our dear sweet friend and Philadelphia Eagles fan yesterday, Christian Trevino. So this is my take on the Eagles this year. Well, I guess it's my take on the NFC East. So for so long, I think 2002 in the Donovan McNabb era was the last time there was a repeat champion in the NFC East. And then this past season, we see the Eagles have done it again for the first time. How long is that? 23 years or something it was. Um, you know, we've been back and forth, but there hasn't been really any other competition for the champion of the NFC East other than the Cowboys and the Eagles in recent years. Maybe we saw the Commanders get one when all the teams were ass back in 2020 or something. But the competition has lied between the Cowboys and the Eagles. This year, I do not think that the Eagles will be competing against the Cowboys for the NFC East champions like they were last year and the year before. This year, I think my hot take is that they will be competing with the Washington Commanders, but not for the NFC East champions. I'm going to go as far as to say that they are going to be competing for the least of the East with the Washington Commanders this year, and I think there's a serious shot that you see Philly at 4. I mean, it's possible.
You could say what you want about Philly's offense, but the defense is just phenomenal.
The
for Philly.
defense
There's
is
just not a
phenomenal.
chance that
The
there's
defense
just not a
is.
chance that they're competing for the last spot.
I
That's a
I mean,
bit of an
also, I
egregious
feel
take.
I
very
think they're
confident
safe.
Washington.
I think a safe home for them might be at the third, but I think that the Giants are going to come out and surprise a lot of people. I don't think they're going to actually be a competition for the champions of the NFC East, but I think that they're going to be competing harder for that second place spot. But I do think that we're going to see the Eagles in a more of a situation like we were in this year, except it's going to be the other side of the ball.
I mean, I think Washington definitely finishes 4th out of respect, for Jaden Daniels. But
Yeah,
I
I
think
could
the
see
Eagles.
that.
I still think the Eagles. They're at least they're at least a double-digit win team, and
I
they're
don't
going
know,
to
man.
be in great competition with the Cowboys. I mean, they still have a pretty nice wide receiver duo. Makai Lemon, he's getting back from that
You
hamstring
just
injury.
you
I
just
love
think
Mekhi
you
Lemon,
just think
bro.
he's the most handsome guy in the draft. That's why you're high on this, dude. Like that's all it was.
Well, realistically, Devontae Smith is a wide receiver too. Like that's his role in that offense. He doesn't have the
Yeah, no,
build of a
Makai
wide
Lemon's a
receiver
better
one.
player, but the media just they haven't told you that yet. That's the problem.
Yeah, well, I mean, we'll see what that offense. I think the focus really needs to be around Saquon Barkley if you want to keep that team competing on the offensive side. So we'll see what they are capable of doing. Um, but I think it's going to be a bit of a role reversal this year. I think that they're going to be the ones that are struggling the way we struggled so hard last year. I'm very, very high on this horse right now just because Chris and I made a bet last night. If he is so certain. So
What
we
were the
made
terms?
plans. We made plans to go see the Cowboys Eagles game on Thanksgiving this year. As soon as they announced it, we immediately were like, "All right, we're going." I would love for you, Chris, to have to watch your team lose on a holiday in my hometown. That would be amazing. Um, but we made it. He called me, and he was very drunk. He's probably already forgotten about this, so I'm gonna have to remind him. He passed out about 5 times while I was reading the ticket prices to him. But he says by the week before the game, whoever has the better record is getting their ticket bought for them. So if the Eagles have the better record, I buy the tickets, and if the Cowboys have the better record, he'll buy the tickets, and that
You
is
should
where.
take it a step further, and the loser has to wear the opposing jersey.
Well, we were looking at standing room tickets, and I was like, "This is the cheapest we could get, and you're gonna get fucking jumped if you wear your Hurts jersey out there, bro." Like I've stood in standing room at these games, bro. Everyone's
Yeah.
drunk and we're fucking
it's
yelling,
pretty
bro.
bad.
Like you will. It's a holiday, dude. These people are gonna be fired up. You're gonna get your ass beat, especially if y'all somehow do win that game. But at home on Thanksgiving, I'm taking the Cowboys there. And I did take it a step further. That's where the hot take that I thought of came from, that Philly would be at the bottom, because I was just so confident that he's losing this bet, and I can't wait to make him buy my ticket. I told him I was looking at sideline seats right behind the Cowboys sideline as of last night, or I guess this morning at
You're a
like 5
jerk,
a.m. Dude, yeah, I'm not doing this to him. It's $3,000 a ticket. I'm not gonna do that to him. We could do the $70 standing room. He asked me if I'll step in and defend him when he's about to get jumped by Cowboys fans. I said I know how to talk to my people, so I'll see if I can calm them down. But he might not be allowed to wear the jersey. Oh, but yeah.
You want to get into some trivia?
Yes, let's do it. I think it's about time for trivia. How about it, fellas? Yo, we got Chev in the chat. I haven't even seen it.
Go.
Chev says, "Yo, where is Turbo?" And also Jake's brother. Hunter decided that out of respect for Jaden Daniels, he wanted us to just have 4 today, and that he would sit this one out. And then Turbo last second found out he had to open the bar again, so he is also missing again for work. So yeah, half the crew's not here, but you got us, and it's trivia time, Chev. It's your favorite part of the show, so you get to listen. Instead of Hunter telling us the questions, you're gonna listen to Ashton tell us the questions, and then you're gonna listen to Jake immediately answer them before I even have a second to think and process what the answer could be. This is trivia.
Right.
Hope so, man. Let's hope
Let's get into it. First question. Which NFL player holds the record for most rushing yards by a wide receiver?
Oh, dude.
I kind of feel like, is this an active player? Because if it is, I kind of feel like this would be Tyreek Hill, just his speed alone.
It is not an active player.
Oh,
It's
man,
not
I'm
an
really gonna have
active
to
player?
think.
Which wide receiver? Or wait. Oh, which NFL player holds? Okay. I'm getting the question now. Damn, dude, this is a good one. Is this like a Hall of Famer?
No, not a Hall of Famer.
No.
He as a hint, he was more popular in college than he was in the NFL.
Oh, is this Tavon Austin maybe?
I'm not, no fucking way.
Tavon Austin.
Damn it, dude. The only thing I could think of when you said that was his highlight reel, bro. Every time I go to a girl's house, I fucking put that in her YouTube search history. Every single time. It has to be there. It's like my calling card.
It is Tavon Austin with
Damn it, bro.
1,261 career rushing yards. He is 143 yards ahead of Deebo Samuel.
Yeah.
You could see this get overtaken.
Dude, Deebo,
this
I
year.
almost said
Oh.
Deebo. I thought it was gonna be him, but
Yeah,
you know.
I was thinking if it was
Came with
active.
the question of, is this an active player?
Yeah,
Really?
that took
Like,
it away. When I was thinking active, it was just Tyreek or Debo that I could think of. But Tyreek is just because he's fast. Fucking Debo played so many of those gadget running back plays in San Francisco, and then they started doing them in Washington. Yeah, I think Debo can definitely do that, break that this year as long as he's on the field. See what
Yeah, but that
happens.
substation's gonna. That
Yeah, I was
substation.
gonna say, let's see what happens with the substation first.
All right. that accounted for 37.8% of his career scrimmage yards.
Wow.
Gonna head into the next question. You know how Hunter
Dude,
operates.
this guy must have sucked as a wide receiver.
Yeah.
Which NFL player holds the record for most receiving yards by a running back? The complete opposite.
I'm gonna have to say Alvin Kamara here because he's never had a 1,000-yard rushing season, but he damn sure catches the football.
Incorrect.
All right.
Okay. CMC has 1,000 yards as a running back, as a wide receiver, I think in multiple seasons. Like that he has to at least, be up there, right?
I'm gonna
But
ask
I think
again.
the
Is this
answer,
an
I think
act?
the
He's not
answer is
even- I
actually,
don't
I
even
think
think
it
he's
actually is
second.
Darren Sproles, right?
No.
No, not Darren Sproles. Okay,
It is not a current player as well.
not a current player. Marshall Falk.
These are damn.
Oh
dude.
my gosh. Oh my gosh.
I'm not
Holy
gonna. I'm
shit,
just gonna
Jake.
sit, dude. I'm just gonna sit
Wow.
here, bro. I'm gonna sit here. I'll just let Jake answer. I'm just gonna. Damn it,
He had
bro.
6,875 career receiving yards, and he is 681 yards ahead of Larry
Damn.
Centers in second place.
What a.
And while Hunter and I were going over this, I don't know if you know who Larry Centers is.
Dude, that sounds like an auto-generated NBA 2K player. Like, what the hell is a
This
Larry?
this guy was a fullback in the 90s, like the 90s, early 2000s, and he had back-to-back years with 100 receptions
Damn.
in the mid 90s. Never heard of this dude. A fullback for the
Damn, what was the
Arizona
QB's
Cardinals.
ADOT that year?
I have no idea. I didn't look into it. He did end up winning a Super Bowl in 2003 with the New England Patriots to end out his career.
Shit, shout out
which
to
I thought was
Larry,
pretty
bro.
cool. Yeah. And this accounted for 35.9% of his career scrimmage yards. Going to get into the next question. Jerry Rice has the most receiving yards by a player over 40. Which player currently ranks second?
It's Tom Brady.
Yep.
I didn't even fucking have a chance here. Oh
That
my
was my-
fucking
that was-
god, bro.
That was my exact thought process too, Jake.
I actually, and this is an instant answer that I know too. I just wasn't paying enough fucking attention. I was responding to a fucking text. Of course, it's this. This is like everybody knows that this is Tom Brady just because of that one
6
fucking.
receiving yards after turning 40.
Yeah,
Passing
dude.
Julian Edelman at the age of 40.
Like one of these QBs beyond the age of 40 has like negative receiving yards though. So
It was
technically,
Brett Favre.
yeah, no, he has the least amount all time, and most players don't even make
Yeah.
it to 40, bro.
Jerry Rice had 2,169 receiving yards after turning 40. Cam, just
God
pay
damn.
attention on this next one.
All right,
You'll get it.
I'm back. I'm sorry.
Who is the only Heisman Trophy winner to play in the NBA?
Only Heisman Trophy winner to play in the NBA. Dude,
Fuck. I think I actually do know this.
is a guy for Houston, right? Like Andre Ward.
I'm honestly not too sure. I don't remember this one too
Yo,
fondly.
Bomag. Bomag's in the chat. All right.
Okay, only Heisman Trophy winner to play in the NBA.
We'll say it was a quarterback.
Yeah, this one is gonna.
I feel like I
gonna-
literally just watched a like little interview about this. Like 3
Yeah, I
days
remember
ago.
I remember hearing about this before.
I very recently was
You
watching.
you
a
could
video
you
about
could be
this.
right, Jake, about Andre Ward. That does sound vaguely familiar. I do know that he was on the 99 Knicks roster that made the finals.
Fuck, dude, I'm blanking. I have nothing here.
Yeah, also I don't have anything either.
Let's phone a friend. Ask the chat. Chev, if you're still here, this is your chance to answer a question. I don't think Chev's still here. Bomag, try and answer this question. What you got? No answer from Bomag either. All right. Well, are we folding on this? Are we actually?
You were close. You were close, Jake. It's not Andre Ward. It is Charlie Ward.
Wow.
Dude, that's fucked up. Why do they have to have
He won-
such names?
He won the 1993 Heisman as Florida State's quarterback. And he said that he would only consider the NFL if drafted in the first round. However, he went undrafted because he was projected a mid-rounder, and no one wanted to touch him because he said he wouldn't play if he wasn't a first-round draft
Well,
pick.
I guess he was a man of his word, though, at least.
He played 11 NBA seasons starting for the Knicks in the 1999 final. Next question. Which NBA player has scored the most career points without being an all-star?
I think it's CJ McCollum.
No.
No?
I
Damn. I don't know why
are
that
they
felt
active?
like.
Are they active?
Yeah.
I don't believe so. No.
Why do I also feel like this is such an obvious answer? I don't know. My head's
It is.
My head's not in the
Even
right.
even I got this one.
My head is so not in the right place today.
You got this one. Is it Lou Williams?
No.
No? Damn. Okay. I'm feeling it's got to be like a guard or something like that, you know? Like it has to be. There's no way because if these centers are putting up a lot of points, like they get named all-stars.
Wow. I ordered a pizza at 5:00 and it just got delivered.
It is a guard, Jake. I will give you that.
Like Jamal Crawford, maybe. I don't know if he was ever an all-star.
Yeah, Jamal Crawford.
Oh, it is him.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
19,000.
Dude, I'm on fire right
career
now.
points. He played 20 seasons in the NBA and was a 3-time NBA Sixth Man of the Year.
Bomac said,
You're getting
"I don't
crushed,
fucking
Cam."
know." Yeah, dude, I can't even process a thought right now, dude. If you ask a question,
Let's lock in here, Cam.
my brain's shitting itself.
Next question. What is the lowest seed to ever win the NBA Finals?
I believe this would be seventh seed. I don't think it's gone all the way out to play an 8th seed team, has it?
Yeah, there's no way it's ever been an 8th seed. But I don't know. I'm gonna go with the 6th seed though. That's what I'm gonna go with.
So we're going 6-7.
Are we locking it in here?
Yeah, let's.
Yeah.
I don't know. The way you say that makes me feel like we're both wrong.
One of you is right.
All right, let's lock it in.
One of you is correct. You guys want to swap answers?
No. I feel
we're locked. We're locked.
Jake's correct.
All right, Jake's gonna fucking pound. Jake is just gonna pound my ass so fucking hard today.
The 1994-95
Chat, don't clip that.
Finals as a 6th seed went 47-35 during the regular season and swept the Orlando Magic in the finals.
Sheesh.
Dude, that picture is pretty fucking cool though. I will say.
Yeah, dude. Don't let Tatum win another Finals champion, or else it's you're gonna see that one too.
Props to Hunter for throwing these together.
Yeah, dude. Hunter really was pulling them out today.
Fantastic job. Yeah. Let's go ahead and move on to the next question. What is the lowest seed to win the March Madness tournament?
This I do feel like it could jump down to the 11th seed here. Just because, I mean, there's just always an underdog that just fucking overperforms like crazy. But let's just be safe and ride.
No, I don't. I mean, I'm gonna go with 10th seed. I feel like 11 seed. Like I would have heard the stat. Like 11 seed has won it before. I don't know. That's like throwing me off. Like
I'll go
an
B.
8th seed has definitely done it. 6th seed is 100% done it. Like it's rare, but I think it's gonna be. There has to have at least been one double-digit seed that won it all, but it's gonna be the 10th seed.
You guys locking it in?
I'll have Jake take the 10, and just to pick something different, let's go with B. Let's go with the 8th seed. It seems safer.
One of you is right. Again.
We can swap.
Let's go, Jake. No, bro.
You want to swap?
You take it, Jake. Take it, bro.
Let me get that 10 seed.
Yeah, take it, Jake. Take it the way I'm taking it from you
Cam
right now.
Cam gets his first.
That was my second. I at least got another one.
Okay, don't let
Tatum one March Madness.
Yeah.
As an 8th seed in 1985, they defeated the 1-seeded Georgetown in the championship. An 11th seed has made the Final Four 6 times, but has never won.
Wow.
Jake, would you like to try to name all of the 11 seeds who have made the Final Four?
Yeah, I'll try.
I think you could probably do this.
Okay, so
There's not a chance, bro.
NC State did
Yeah.
it like a couple years ago.
That's one.
And then UCLA did it that year they lost to Gonzaga on that half-court shot, the Jalen Suggs shot.
That's two.
Syracuse did it like 1 year, year.
No,
No,
I thought
they
the
didn't do
same
it?
thing. I'm pretty sure they were either an 8 or a 10 seed that year.
Okay. Didn't VCU did it, right?
Yeah, VCU.
One of them they had Shaka Smart, bro. He sucks, by the way. I don't like him.
Halfway
Damn.
there.
Okay, everything else feels like it was like way before my time, or I just don't know it at all. So.
There's one in 2018.
One in 2018. One in 2018.
This one was all over the news. All over the news.
Oh, Loyola Chicago, dude.
Yeah, Loyola
they had the
Chicago.
power of that old lady, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. Other than that, I think that's gonna be the end of my run here. I don't know any of these teams, so
that was
I mean
an incredible run in general.
The first team, I think, it's a pretty well known team, but it was LSU in 1986, which is before your time, and then the other one is just there's no way you're getting it. It's George Mason in 2006.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
George
there's
Mason,
not a
that sounds like my next door neighbor. I didn't even know that was cool, bro.
All right. True or false? 2 NBA owners once traded the ownership rights of their teams with each other.
This
I mean, this has to be true just because he's asking.
This feels like this could be so true, but I also feel like somehow the league would want to step in on this. But I'm gonna have to go and say that this has got to be true. Like I can't.
They drafted. Daffy Duck.
Scooby Doo in a chair. Scooby Doo in a chair.
They definitely would have let this slide.
It's true.
This is true.
In 1978, Celtics owner Irv Levin and Buffalo Braves owner John Y. Brown swapped franchises.
Wow.
Levin wanted to move the Celtics to California, but was denied, which is why he traded ownership with Brown. Levin moved the Braves to San Diego and renamed them the Clippers. The franchise now resides in Los Angeles. The Celtics have won 4 championships since, while the Clippers have never made the finals.
Damn, Irv sucks.
Yeah. All because he wanted to move the Celtics to California. And as Hunter pointed out, it's pretty hilarious that the NBA was like, nah, you can't move the Celtics to California, but you can move the Buffalo Braves.
Fair.
And that's going to wrap it up for today's trivia.
Yeah, 1978. I remember that. I remember that when that happened. Felt so much younger back then.
Wasn't that around the same time that they drafted the chair?
That was a year after. That is literally, it was the 1977 draft where the strike began. And then 12 years later, as Hunter informed us, is when they actually changed the draft format. Wow.
Okay, they were never wrong, just early.
Exactly.
It's going to wrap up the trivia.
That is it on trivia. So today we're going to do a little different, since we don't have our normal cast with us. Our fantasy angle is going to be a bit different than it was a week ago. We're not really going to give you a crazy start bench cut. We're just kind of going to go down the ESPN draft board, and we're going to look at the ADP of all the players, and we're going to tell you what you should keep your eyes out on while you are drafting, as it is currently draft season. We got a couple more weeks till the official week 1 of the NFL season kicks off. So right now is prime time. If you are needing some help with your drafts, please, now is the time to pay attention. So obvious answer with the 101. If you land that in your league, there's only 3 players that you could possibly put in that category. One of them is far above the rest, but I mean, Jahmyr Gibbs and Bijan Robinson, you're gonna feel safe either way.
Oh, this is where you're going with this.
But obviously, if you draft Kyle Pitts with the 101, you are a league winner regardless. But I mean, keep your eyes out for
Cam. Now you have to do it. You've been saying it so much. You have to do it.
I've been saying this.
Cam has the 101, and
I've been saying this for years, and I'm regularly in like 5+ leagues, and I haven't had a 101 in like 6 years. So now I have to do this because I've been saying this since Pitts was a rookie. and my team's also named Kyle Pitts 101, and I did that before I even got the first pick. But yeah, obviously, you're gonna feel safe either way. Jahmyr Gibbs and Bijan Robinson are both in better looking scenarios, which is even hard to say after the great seasons they put out last year. So those are two safe number ones. It seems like everyone's leaning to very obviously Gibbs with the average pick here at the ESPN snake draft settings 1.5 is his average. So and Bijan is at second with averaging a 2.6. That means he's fitting around 2.3, and Jahmyr is just casually floating around 1. So these are your two guys there. If you're looking to start off strong at running back and you're early in the draft, try to hit on one of these guys, maybe Jonathan Taylor in your first round. What do y'all think about CMC this year? You think this is you think he's the one inside of the substation, or
Look, dude, I know he's the one inside the substation. And people who are scared to draft CMC, that's why you're gonna lose your leagues, bro. Because
he
when
went
he's
he
on
went
the
at the
field,
3 in one of my leagues.
when he's on the field, this dude
That's his
averages like
ranking.
20. He
Looking
averages like
outside.
25 a game. And
His
even though
ADP
like
is a
he's not even
6.
really that, like he's really not even that good of a rusher in real life, dude. He averaged like 3 yards, sub
In
4
real
yards per
life.
carry last year. But like, dude, he gets the ball so much, and they can't throw it to anybody else.
I mean,
Like, bro, even Mike Evans, like
Dude, there
his
was
hamstring cooked.
how old is Christian Kirk? Because if he's hit the 30 mark, then that means they're top 3 wide receiver trio, and then you add George Kittle in there as their starting tight end. Their 4 priority pass catchers, I think, are all over the age of 30. That might be tough. Christian Kirk can't be 30 yet, though. There's no way.
he's 29. He's turning 30 this season.
God, dude. No wonder nobody can stay healthy on that offense. All their star skill players are old. Yeah, you know
Yeah,
what?
I think I do like CMC more than I like Jonathan Taylor by
I
quite a
agree.
bit,
Ooh.
I will say.
I mean,
Like
just
Jonathan
because of
Taylor, like
the opportunities are big for CMC this year, but you got to think that they also could be for JT as well. I mean, you don't know what the QB situation is going to be.
Dude, I saw a graphic and like in wins over his career, JT is at like 24 fantasy points per game, but in losses he's at like 14 fantasy points per game.
Yeah.
So
Well, I
like
mean,
it's
it's really
very
just
very game script situation.
yeah.
Situation.
That's just when he's in the end zone and when he's not. Um,
also the Colts offense, like he kind of hit his ceiling. Yeah, I think he's already pretty much hit his ceiling. Last year in that
Mhm.
first half of the year, and like, dude, he was
well, I mean,
he
what
was
did he
a
have? 2 or 3 touchdown games last year? I'm pretty sure he had more than one.
he was
But
putting
if
out
he
like,
that being
he was
said,
putting out 2
if he's there
touchdown
in the
games.
second, I'm snatching him. Like
Oh
Absolutely.
yeah, that's the
18
absolutely.
thing about
touchdowns last year. Oh yeah, I'd fucking
the thing
snag
about
him.
JT though is like he's not going to be there in the second. You got to
Nah.
spend a top 10 pick on him, and that's where especially he's coming off 400 touches last year.
Oh
You know,
yeah.
I'm not really wanting to. I think there's better options. Even at running back, I think there's better options. Outside of like CMC around that JT range. Like
Ash
I
and
don't know.
JT,
Yeah, like I'd rather take Genty. I'd rather take
Chase
Cook. Like I'd rather
Brown.
take I'd rather take Chase
I
Brown.
wouldn't take
I
Chase
just
Brown in the
trust those.
first. I wouldn't take Chase Brown in the first round. You could still get him in the 2. His ADP is too low
Yeah,
this season, even after.
yeah. Like
I
I'm taking on
just the
those
way
guys.
the
I
way
trust those offenses. I mean, maybe the Raiders' offense won't be better than the Colts, but I trust that Genty's going to improve enough to the upside is way stronger with Genty. I feel like than it is with JT this year.
Devon
the way I
Achane.
approach fantasy draft is I want a guy that's going to be the anchor of my team in the first. Like I don't
Yeah,
want volatility with injuries and stuff like that. I want a guy who has a very short list on his injury history and someone who I know is going to produce. Um, it's not worth it to me to spend the cream of the crop pick on guys you just don't really know about. I've seen JSN fall in mock drafts out of concerns for the new offensive scheme. Um, and I mean, I would pass on him as well. You know, at the 5, not at the 6 or the 7 or the 8. Just being wary of those kinds of players. There's a really large fall off. I feel like I wouldn't mind taking a Monra over JSN just because he's a reception machine in PPR leagues.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, going back to running backs, I mean, if we're gonna give CMC a high ceiling because there's no one else to give the ball to in San Francisco right now, then Devon Achane deserves a high ceiling as well. I mean, in Miami, who will have the ball? Who other than him? I mean, I can't I
He'll get
can't.
the ball, but like he's not gonna get the ball in the red zone because they won't get there. You know, that's the problem.
I, dude,
Okay,
that guy
like
will
okay,
get there
so
by himself. Every once in a while, he's gonna have that play where he just gets there, he breaks away, and he blows off. And no one's gonna be able to catch him. It's Achane, bro. He's fast as hell.
look, I
That's
get that, and
Achane.
I'm not doubting the talent by any means with Devon Achane. It's literally the team. Like their number one target right now is slotted to be Greg Dulcich. Like I'm not, bro.
That's so
Malik
cooked.
Willis,
That's so
Malik
cooked, dude.
Willis spreading the ball around to Caleb Douglas, Greg Dulcich, Chris Bell. Like
Jalen
just get
Tolbert.
Jeremiah Smith. Once they get Jeremiah Smith next year, like okay, yeah, then we can start talking about drafting Devon Achane again. But until then. I literally just don't think the Dolphins are going to put up more than like I don't know, 17 points a game, and that's not going to be enough to return on. He if he finishes top 10 with the team around him, like, dude, he's a god. I'll just tell you that right now, and he might just be a god, but his upside,
Who would be guys that you're taking over Devon Achane around that ADP? You think?
He's sitting at 10. His ADP's at 10.
like 10 overall.
Yeah, so that means
Yeah, 10th
you're
overall.
that means
Oh,
your 10th your last pick
oh,
in a
dude,
10-man league. Your last pick, it's mostly a snake draft, so you're gonna be picking back to back.
I mean, I'm taking pretty like comfortably. Like James Cook is getting drafted over Devon Achane. Chase Brown is getting drafted over Devon Achane. Jonathan
James
Taylor is getting drafted
James Cook's
over
ADP
Devon
is at 12. They are both averaging picks around the 12th pick right now. Both of
Ashton
them.
Genty's getting drafted over Devon
Yeah, for
Achane.
sure. I
Absolutely.
agree with that. With that.
And then I'm not even considering, the receivers and stuff yet, but I'm definitely taking CeeDee Lamb, taking Justin Jefferson. I'm expecting to bounce
Yeah,
back here.
Oh, big bounce
Justin
back
Justin
out of
Jefferson,
Genesis this
his
year.
ADP is very low
outside
this
of the
season.
first round. This is the first time in his
Yeah.
career he's ever
And
fallen
he
out
he
of
gets
the
a
first
like
round.
I mean,
it's
I'm taking Drake London over Devon Achane this year.
Okay. I don't.
Okay, maybe.
I mean I don't hate
That's
that,
not,
but
I
at
mean,
the same
both
time
You're
guys,
I
both
feel
guys
like
scaring
that's
healthy.
pretty
me.
crazy.
You're scaring me with that one. We need to know how that QB room's gonna
Hey,
work
Drake London
first.
in healthy games last year averaged 19 points a game. Now
Yeah,
he gets a QB, upgrade. Although it's, they both suck, but like,
Yeah.
they
I don't know.
literally
I don't know, bro. In that preseason game, it was pretty rough.
they took a
Yeah,
step. They took a step to the fucking right when they signed Tua. They haven't moved anywhere. This isn't an upgrade. It's not a downgrade. They're in the same situation. They just don't
I
have the
mean,
opportunity to pull
you
Kirk
can't
Cousins now.
tell me that Michael Penix Jr. is better than Tua.
I mean, after the way Tua's career has kind of like come down to, he's had a better. I mean, obviously, you can't say that Penix has had such a great career yet. He's only had part of a season of actual starting play.
and he looked horrible, bro.
That
And
is
he's
true.
like,
Yeah.
That is true. I'm
he's
not.
older,
I'm not disagreeing.
he's older than you, bro. Like, I'm not even bullshitting. Like, he's an old guy. Like, no, not
I'm not.
not actually.
I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm not disagreeing. I'm not disagreeing here. I don't think that there was anything proven there, but I also don't think that Tua's the same QB that he was putting up a fucking 60-point fantasy game 4 years ago. I don't think that it's gonna
Yeah, I think that
be.
much is obvious.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think it's an upgrade. I really think that this is just a sidestep right now, and they're just in a.
And even then, he
I
still
have
averaged
an
19
interesting
points a game.
question.
So.
Where are you drafting Jeremiah Love? Like where is he?
Okay, look.
Well, his
I-
ADP,
at
his
the, be- at the
ADP on ESPN
beginning,
is
at the
15.
beginning of the offseason, right? Jeremiah Love was maybe a little bit overvalued, but as time has gone on, people have kind of become too afraid of this Cardinals team. Their offense does not look, that bad. Like their O line is not great by any means, but like they
And
have some
Chase
pretty.
Basantis just had a season-ending injury. Their second round pick.
Yeah,
Yeah, but like
this
they're
is
like he's
also we're watching.
He's gonna get a lot of work in the receiving game though, and like when you had the draft, like say like Bijan Robinson and Ashton Genty in the first round as rookies, like when you're getting Jeremiah Love at the 2-3 turn, like you can make a real argument that he's actually more of a value than anything. Now, if you're just like when you're drafting him RB13, like there's no one around that range. I feel like are you taking Jeremiah Love realistically, or are you gonna take like an up like? you would take an upside swing on Jeremiah Love before you take an upside shot on like a Cam Scatabo. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like
for
that's just
sure. Yeah.
like
Jeremiah
if you're gonna
Love. Oh, absolutely. Especially with the
like if
Najee
you get
Harris
Jeremiah Love as
signing.
your RB2, like I feel like that is a perfect setup.
That would be very, very solid, I would say. I think, especially if you're getting him in the third round. However, his ADP is a bit high for a rookie. We're looking at 15, and he's sitting at the RB9. And I mean, really, where he's looking at behind him, I mean, I see a couple names that I would absolutely still safely take ahead of Jeremiah Love. I mean, Chase Brown is at the RB12. Kenneth Walker, I think, could be a little bit lower just because Eric Bieniemy is not a very run-first offense, and you're going to have Patrick Mahomes from Week 1, so they're going to try to air it out. Derrick Henry
Dude, I
sits at the
think I was
RB10.
looking at something
I think I would take
as
Love over Henry. But, I mean, guys like Chase Brown, Josh Jacobs, I mean, even Javonte Williams, I think, could have another great year for Dallas this season, especially with the way Clayton Adams likes to run the football. Um, there are guys that I'm comfortable with that are lower on the ranking scale than Jeremiah Love, so I'd be comfortable to wait. Say there's a great receiver there, I would be okay with waiting in the second or third.
Or Brock Bowers. Brock Bowers
Brock
is going to
Bowers
be.
is dude,
yeah, I'm
absolutely.
drafting Brock Bowers over Jeremiah
I think
Yeah,
Love
Brock
if you're
Bowers,
at
like
301.
this may be a bit of a hot take, but if he led the league in targets this year, I don't think that's. I think there's a path to where he could lead the league in targets this year. That's
Yeah,
my
I
take.
mean, you got to think about it. Where did T.J. Hawkinson go after Kirk Cousins left the Minnesota Vikings? I mean, T.J.
IR.
Hawkinson's. I mean,
IR.
he did spend some time in the IR, but when he was on the field, I mean, yeah, the QB play was different. But I mean, JJ never did anything, and T.J. Hawkinson fell apart. When he had Kirk Cousins there, T.J. Hawkinson was a top 4 tight end in fantasy. So Brock Bowers, absolutely not a bad pick in the third round this year at all. I think you're gonna get. I mean,
I'm taking Brock Bowers over Devon Achane.
if obviously Kyle Pitts would probably be gone by the third round. So if you see Brock Bowers, you're going to be sitting pretty with a good tight end that is going to be outscoring your flex and probably your wide receiver too, maybe every week. But like I said, like only if Kyle Pitts is gone, of course. Yeah.
Man, I'm tired of this Kyle Pitts guy.
I'm never gonna get off this hill, bro. I'll die on it. I love Kyle Pitts. I
think you
love him.
love Kyle Pitts too much.
Nah, bro. He's just my dog, dude. We go way back. Close personal friend.
What about guys like who do you think out of the rookies, the rookie skill positions, or not running backs, of course. Let's go over to wide receivers. Like, what do you think about the rookie wide receivers here?
I mean,
Yeah, I mean, I'm not. I don't know. I mean, Jordan Tyson's obviously out for what 2 months now, so I really have no interest in drafting a Jordan Tyson even as a stash. Like he's gonna as a rookie, he's gonna have to get acclimated, and like also like bro, his hamstring is just like a
He is very injury prone. I will say that.
The only rookie that right now I could say that I'm willing to start week 1, put him in my flex if I have no other options. I'm going Carnell Tate. I mean, the relationship he's created with Cam Ward has already been great. I think they're gonna make a big splash together. Tennessee's gonna look different on offense. I think he's gonna see a ton of targets as a rookie this year. I mean, who else? I mean, Calvin
dude.
Ridley
Wandale Robinson.
Calvin Ridley couldn't see the football.
He will out target Carnell Tate this year.
I don't know. I think Wandale Robinson.
Wandale, oh, for sure.
I think Wandale
Dayball
Robinson
loves the slot.
I know, but I mean,
also, dude, I like Cam Ward as much as the next guy, but his preseason debut, bro,
it was awesome. Yeah.
He looked like some shit.
Yeah.
So I might have to change my outlook on him going a little bit, until he shows me something. Like, dude, I got to see something like statistical compared to like, a flash in the pan. Like that preseason debut is a little bit alarming.
Why don't they?
I mean, also, I don't really like Carnell Tate just because I think he was actually just like a reach in real life. Like, I'm not gonna take him in the 5th round in real life fantasy draft when
Yeah,
just because he was
that's high.
fourth overall.
I got him. I've only drafted through one of my leagues so far, and I got him. I think at the very end of the sixth round. And there I was like, all right, this is. I need another receiver. I need someone that's gonna come off the bench. And right now, this guy is looking better than a lot of other names I was looking at. But we were pretty deep by that point. I mean, you could argue Makai Lemon is going to see a lot of targets in Philly this year, but I mean, I never feel safe drafting an Eagles receiver. Uh,
Oh
it's
yeah.
just it's
I'm
risky.
gonna say Casey Concepcion. He's gonna be, they drafted
Yeah.
Denzel Boston too, but
So
Casey Concepcion, he's gonna be used in the same way that Zay Flowers was used in that Todd Monken offense, getting all those underneath plays. He's gonna get the rushing touches. I think he could be, you know, just because the QB situation, like Shador Sanders and Deshaun Watson, may not lead to too many big plays. But I think he's
man,
going to have enough touches and touches in the red zone specifically, if they even get there much. But, you
c-
know, he's going to at least generate a flex worthy consideration in a pretty bad situation.
I caught a couple minutes of the Browns preseason game last weekend, and man, dude, Concepcion was all over the field. I'm I'm gonna say if we're looking at rookie wide receivers right now, both of those guys are actually pretty decently high on my list. I'm liking a lot out of both of them. I know they're playing with the same team, so that's a target share issue. But I mean, I agree with you. Concepcion is going to be probably one of the top rookies out of this class in fantasy terms this season. I think we're going to see a decent look out of Boston as well, just because his pure ability to be physical and win against a lot of guys that have been playing with a lot more experience. It's he's up there. So I'm trying to fucking skim through the
Let's say
list and
last
make
year,
sure.
though, one of the Ravens rookie wide receivers will be a massive hit. I don't know which one it's going to be. If I had to guess, it's going to be Elijah Surratt over Jacoby Lane, just because I think he's a little bit more pro ready and like more
Yeah.
polished as a route runner right now. I think he had like 6 catches for over 60 yards in his preseason debut. So he's a pretty reliable target so far. But one of those guys, there's definitely a route to playing time there, like Rashad Bateman. We know at this
Hmm.
point, he's just kind of
Yeah, that's
he's
it.
not really that good.
Days are about done.
Outside of Zay Flowers, they need someone to step up. I think one of those two guys, if not both of those guys, can step up and be something big.
Yeah, I've been scrolling through the list here, and I totally just remembered Tyreek Hill is a free agent. I think I'm gonna I think I'm gonna go stash him in my league that I'm in right now, my random league.
You're a freak,
I'm just gonna go throw him in there, man. He's going back to the Chiefs, dude. It's gonna happen. He'll get a contract. But
dude.
yeah, I think
His knee was shattered in half, dude. It was eviscerated.
I don't know, man. If he could still run like he
That
runs,
was his first down, Selly, though.
it was pointing. It was pointing the wrong way, bro. That would have been celebrating a turnover.
The first down, Selly, dude. Really?
Oh my god. Um, I do think though, if we're gonna mention a comeback player that I think could be pretty big this year, I think you might get to see something out of Tank Dell. Um, I know there are a lot of mouths to feed in the Houston offense, but I mean, and I know you're not high on C.J. Stroud at all, but we were talking about it before. He's getting to that prove it moment, and so if he really has anything like he had in his first year in the league, he's gonna prove it this year. I think we might see.
Bro, if you've watched Texans games, you've watched CJ Stroud come off the field after being down a touchdown, bro, and you just know it's wraps.
Well,
Like it's over.
I mean,
It's genuinely over.
we all saw it when what was it when he went up to Caleb Williams, or was it Caleb Williams?
Yeah,
Or,
he's
yeah,
like,
he
"You
went
gonna
up
be
to
all right,
yeah, he's
bro."
like you'll be all right. And
Like
then ever since then, they went on like a losing streak with Stroud healthy, and then like 2 weeks later he gets hurt. Davis Mills comes out, beats the Bills. Wow.
3-0 in that stretch too, which is
Yeah,
crazy.
wild. But yeah, I think that's what we like for fantasy. Obviously with QB, you're gonna want a guy that can get you rushing touchdowns and a decent amount of passing touchdowns. Someone that's gonna be able to be a decent dual threat. And we're in the age of the
Honestly,
league where a
bro,
lot of guys can do that. So, um, just Lamar might be a risk with injuries. Jaden Daniels is absolutely a risk. Jalen Hurts is if he can get to the 1 yard line, he'll get his points for you in fantasy.
She
Josh
does.
Allen has been consistent. Drake May came out and blew the world away last year. Well,
I
not
think I
really.
think
Everybody
Trevor
knew he could do it.
Lawrence. I
Trevor
think Trevor
Lawrence for
Lawrence
sure.
is the best value at
A
QB this year.
What is
sleeper
he
high
going like
ceiling.
eighth, ninth?
Dude,
Eighth, ninth
he's
round?
going
Yeah.
undrafted in a lot of leagues, but he's
Yeah,
ranking at 12.
he finishes the QB like he was like the QB1 in the second half of the season last year.
Yeah,
You know, now
average
I feel like his offensive
slot.
situation just gets better too. Like Travis Hunter is going to be there. Is like now you have 4 wide receivers that can legit like actually play.
There are
You know,
also deeper sleepers that you could grab at QB. I noticed in the 14th round, Patrick Mahomes was still available. A lot of people are forgetting that he is expected to play Week 1. I mean, if it's the Patrick Mahomes that we're used to, he is also a top of the line fantasy player. Just because he's going to throw you probably 300 yards and 2-3 touchdowns.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind stashing him on the bench.
It's a
just
great
for
stash. I have him in my league. Also, all the way down, looking at the bare end of the draft, Kyler Murray is not even seeing picks in most leagues. He's averaging
Naturally.
deep in the draft, and I think you're going to get a big breakout comeback here. I'd be way more comfortable passing on guys like Lamar or Jalen Hurts, definitely even Joe Burrow this year because you don't know if he's going to be healthy throughout the whole year. I'm comfortable passing on an average QB round around 4 or 5, maybe 6. I'll pass and I'll wait till towards the end of the draft and grab one of these
Even guys like Jared Goff in these high
Yeah.
octane offenses, he's going
Yeah.
in the 11th, 12th, 13th round, way down there.
Mhm.
As far as the quarterback position goes, you really just need a guy
16,
who's going to
bro.
go out there and get you 20 plus.
Exactly.
dude, actually, I know you're not going to want to hear this, but I do think Justin Herbert could also be
Oh, dude, for
a
fantasy
sneaky.
purposes, yeah.
Yeah, he
Yeah, of
might. He
course. He's
might.
going in
Hey,
like the 10th.
He was second in rush yards amongst QBs last year. And now I think their offense, as long as their O line stays healthy.
they do
I mean,
also.
Omari and Hampton's been getting a lot of buzz too.
They're an offense that scores the
Do
football,
not,
man.
dude.
They're an offense.
Like his draft stock has gone
Way
all
too
the
high,
way up,
bro.
and I cannot see.
He
Yeah,
shouldn't
especially
have
after
it.
that
He
He
takedown,
doesn't need
too.
it. He doesn't need a second round ADP right now. You missed 8 games in
Yeah.
your rookie year. I mean, yeah, you had some
Yeah,
phenomenal
and he had
games
injuries
outside
to
of
both
that.
ankles.
Yeah, he had some
He had
great
injuries to
games.
both ankles.
I'm not
Mike
downplaying the
McDaniel
play that he did
that-
make, but
He runs that wide zone scheme and runs charted where Marion Hampton was running the wide zone scheme last year. He's actually the least efficient running back in the NFL at doing so. So I'm not sure he's even a good fit for this offense. Like, not that he's going to get phased out. I just don't
Right.
think he's that good. I don't know. Maybe that's like a crazy take, but
No, I completely agree with you. You saw a guy who
maybe I'm
played
just a
who
hater.
missed what, like 8 or 9 games last season.
Yeah.
Still in my book an unproven running back, and he's going all the way in the second. It just doesn't make sense to me.
No, yeah, I'm seeing talks of him like, finishing as a top 3 running back, and I'm like, well, where the hell did this come from? Like, I don't
Right,
get it.
exactly. It's just out of nowhere.
yeah,
I think I'd be more comfortable with a guy like DeAndre Swift on my team than Omarion Hampton. I'd rather go out there and get like one of those
Yeah,
second
I
round
would
receivers.
take Devon Achane over Omarion Hampton. I'll say that much.
I think you should feel safe with that.
Yeah, I think that's not a crazy take there.
Yeah. All right.
Even like I'd rather take a Brock Bowers over Omarion Hampton in the second. One of those second round receiver guys.
I think right now, yes, like I said, Brock Bowers can go out and get you more points than the flex and maybe your wide receiver too. But in the second round, it's just a little high for the tight end spot. You're still seeing some of the best wide receivers that you're not going to get a chance at, like that type of talent later. That's your chance to go get the guy that you need to be your anchor of that position, maybe even your 2 if you drafted one late in the first. But I would say anywhere in the third round, 1 and down, Brock Bowers, super safe pick. And that probably third round and further is where you would want to put a ceiling on Omarion Hampton. Like, I do not think that you should be wasting a second round pick. And I don't want to call Brock Bowers a waste of a second round pick either. I just think that there are opportunities that you can draft.
Like
there
really,
that would not
really
have
rounds
later.
1 through 3, you really want to go with those safe anchors, like you're saying, like
Absolutely. You could
You
get
wanna
one in
go
each
after, like,
position
the
right
Drake
there
London
that'll
guys, yeah.
yeah. I'm a greedy
I
bastard,
do
so I
think
like take one
you
position
should
and
probably
double
aim to
down.
get, there is a pretty big drop off on running backs after the first 2 rounds.
Yes.
And
Like,
on receivers this year, man, it's very hit or
Oh,
miss at
yeah.
each draft, bro. Like I don't know. The way Ashton
yeah,
had
I mean
been
that round 4, like round 5 range, like you could still get, a Lad McConkey,
Mhm.
Emeka Egbuka this year in that range.
Rome
I,
Odunze.
I don't really like T Mac like that this year. I just don't think Bryce Young is like a high volume enough passer
I
to
think
I
I'm
support.
agree.
I think I'm still I mean, we're just gonna have to see a lot more out of the offense in general until I'm really ready to go on
Yeah,
Ted.
you can
But
also you can get a Chris Olave in round 3, round 4,
and
and like
yeah.
that could be your wide receiver.
Chris Olave without a guy throwing him hospital balls is like one of your safest picks around that range. Especially with Tyson having to miss some time because that's just going to be more target share cut
Bro, if
out
anything,
for
like Jordan
Olave.
Tyson, what's the phrase? Injury prone. He's
Yeah.
whatever like non-injury prone is. That's what he would be. Like he's more injured than I feel like he's not. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe that's my take. He's more. If Jordan Tyson's healthy, like we'll just call him. He's normal prone right now.
He's healthy prone.
Wow.
He's
Like
occasionally
Jordan
healthy.
Tyson, talk about due for an injury, bro. Like this guy, my God. I don't know. I'm rooting for the kid. Like he's a good talent,
Oh,
but
for sure.
I
yeah, no.
I
That's
think he'll
the number
thrive.
one thing is like you hate to see NFL players injured,
Yeah.
regardless of who they are.
Yeah, if you're one of those fantasy players, like when you're going against your friend and like his wide receiver 1 goes down, maybe I'll be the guy like, yeah, I hope it's just like he's out for the rest of the game and he's back next week perfectly fine. Like, I'm not rooting for him to like shed his ACL or some bullshit like that.
I started Cam
That's
Scadaboo
just
last
messed
year
up.
whenever he shattered his ankle, and I
Once
didn't
again,
have
bro,
I
it's
think
just a
that
first
was
down.
I think that was the first of the 2 times we played each other. You beat me the second time because you pulled out Sean Tucker out of nowhere while I was still
Oh
struggling with
yeah.
Bucky Irving never being healthy on my roster. And I had to jump to Rashad White, and I couldn't justify picking up Sean Tucker yet because their fucking weeks were so on off, and then you get 2 back-to-backs out of Tucker. What do you have, 45 that week or something?
No, he
Just
had like 30,
un,
34.
Didn't even make any
just
sense, man.
unnecessarily too many points for me to be able to catch up. I watched him score like 2-3 touchdowns. I was like, all right, this whole fucking week's over. I can afford a loss right now. Ashton, you can have it.
I think I had one. I think I had one win.
I think
at that point.
yeah, dude. I think I texted you. Like literally, that was one of the noon games. I'm pretty sure it was. There was still daylight outside. I texted you
Yeah.
and I was like, dude, I think I'm losing this week, and I want you to have this win because I don't want you to finish last.
Bro, you said that the first week too, and like one of my
Well,
players.
no, I said
completely
it the
shit the
Thursday
bed, and
night.
then-
No, I said it Thursday
Yeah.
night because Jaden Daniels had 4 points going into the fourth quarter, and it somehow miraculously.
You said Jaden Daniels
Out
had
of respect
4
for himself, Jaden Daniels only had 4 points until the fourth quarter, and he skipped the 5th point and went
I
straight to
literally
19.
told you. I was like,
Daniels
bro,
showed
shut
respect to
up. Like,
Wendy's by
stop
going
texting
4
me
for
this stuff.
4.
I gave up on
You're
that
like, bro.
Thursday night game. I was like,
Yeah,
"There's
you're
no
like-
way I
you're
can
like,
come back,
bro.
bro." The QB
Like,
position is
you have it.
that's
It's
one of
like,
your
bro, shut
safest.
up.
That is one of your safest positions for points. You should be able to get 15 or more out of your QB position each week. And I saw 4 points going into the fourth quarter, thinking he was going to get pulled from the fucking game altogether because he already got hurt and came back. I thought it was done.
You like reverse cursed yourself.
I
dude.
did.
It's
It works.
so
I
annoying, 'cause
do a
was
lot
like,
of
bro,
reverse
like,
psychology.
Don't say that. There's still a lot of game left, and then you started talking shit to me after you won. I was like, bro, like I wasn't even talking shit to you.
Oh man, it's for the love of the game, bro. It's for the love of the game. Oh, well, that is, I think, all we've got on fantasy
Yeah.
for now, unless anyone wants to throw anything out real quick. But we got some already broken news to hit y'all with before we wrap up for the day. So, that being said, let's go ahead and kick into it. We're going to kick it off with some more NFL talk because that's really the theme we're going with right now as we're coming back into the season. The Seattle Seahawks are making some moves to try to solidify another run at the Super Bowl. So they are retaining cornerback Devon Witherspoon. They've reached an agreement on a 4-year, $132 million extension with $101 million guaranteed. And this makes Witherspoon the highest paid cornerback in NFL history. Christian Gonzalez, who is also up for an extension shares the same agent with Witherspoon, so we might be seeing a similar number, if not higher, coming for Gonzo. Um, and also the Seahawks, who are looking to boost their secondary with the loss of Reek. This offseason, they are signing Terrion Arnold to a 1-year deal amidst his issues with the courts. So PFF ranked 98th cornerback Terrion Arnold is now a Seattle Seahawk, and they are also working out Trayvon Diggs as of today. So we might see another strange addition after this Terrion Arnold. But I mean, yeah, the Seahawks really got to make something happen. I mean, you replace your loss of Kenneth Walker in the first round with Jadarian Price in the draft this year. So you're looking all right on the offensive side. There's not too many departures that you had there, but on defense, you lost some key players, and Tariq Woolen really is a big one. So this will be huge going forward, I think, just to try to keep Witherspoon there for the long term. And I mean, maybe Terrion Arnold can turn his career around. Maybe a change of scenery will be better for him. And
All
Diggs
right.
too.
Yeah.
In Falcons news, Atlanta Falcons defensive end James Pierce Jr. has been suspended for 8 games this season for violating the NFL's personal conduct policy. He did not appeal the suspension, so the decision is final. He was arrested on felony charges, including aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, fleeing police, and resisting arrest. Entered into a pretrial intervention program. If he stays out of trouble for a year, all charges will be dropped. With this news coming out, the Falcons have signed Zadarius Smith to, I assume, replace him or give them a little bit more depth at that position.
Yeah.
Yeah, not sure why this was only 8 games. I mean, I don't know. I saw some of the video, but like, dude, like, I don't know. Kind of seems
Yeah,
like they should have been a little bit more harsh, but he's a talented player. I hope he gets his act together because, Falcons definitely need him. We know that much at least. And I just want him to be a good person, but
right. Yeah,
definitely not the best look so far in his career. But
Yeah.
I hope he can turn it around because he's a
Yeah.
talented.
That's it's just a terrible way to want to start off your career. I mean,
Also
that
reportedly had really, really bad anger issues at the University of Tennessee. It's kind of why he slid in the
yeah,
draft.
didn't the Falcons move that pick 13 from this year that they gave to the Rams to move up to go grab James Pierce? Wasn't that where that pick got traded?
Yeah,
I'm
but I
pretty
mean the
sure.
Rams
So I
are
mean
mainly
that's
high tensions, so
yeah,
like
but that's obviously not what the Falcons
yeah, no, I
probably
know
would
that's
have picked
not
at
the
13. So that's got to hurt you real bad when you're thinking I just gave up what is a high value pick in the draft. Um, and
actually the Falcons might have picked Ty Simpson. That's the problem,
maybe I
dude,
don't
he
know.
balled out in the preseason game.
Yeah, no, he actually looked pretty good, maybe a blind squirrel is right every now and then. They find a nut every now
They
and then. I
find a
think
nut.
it's
Do find a nut.
Yeah, but well,
all right.
like Jake said, hoping there's some turnaround there for the Falcons.
Now, in some more NFL news, Jamal Adams was carted off the field during the Vikings preseason game against the Giants. The initial exam did not look promising, according to head coach Kevin O'Connell. Adams has only played in 30 regular season games since the 2022 season.
Most of those come
And
from last year.
His
yeah, no,
his season is over. I don't know if you saw,
Yes,
but that was a
he's
season.
officially been ruled out as of I think that was today.
this was a player who was
Hang
once on a
hang it
who was
up,
once on a Hall of Fame trajectory.
hang
You know,
it
after
up, man. It's
after he
over.
got traded to Seattle, man, it all kind of went downhill.
I
His PR was horrible. Um,
Well, I mean, he came back from missing, what was it, 2 years that he hadn't been on the field, and he comes back into that first game with Seattle and immediately gets that concussion where he went psycho, CTE psycho, trying to fight the whole training staff on the field, off the field, on the sideline, and they had to literally like escort him out to the locker room because he was just going insane, and obviously he's probably doesn't know what's going on. He's just as injured as Tua was, and he's throwing up gang signs. He's his head's basically turned off in that moment. As someone with CTE and a lot of concussions, one of my most serious ones, I did not know where the hell I was. I remember after that practice, it was my freshman year, my mom was like, all right, let's go to the car now. And she picked me up, and she was like, she had to turned around and walked the other way. And she had to come grab me and just walk me. But I didn't know where the fuck
only
I was.
concussion I've ever had, I blacked out for 2 hours.
Yeah.
Like I was still moving, but like
Yeah,
I don't remember.
you'll lose memory from it, and it is very serious. Head injuries or any type of head trauma is a very, very
really
serious
sucks to
injury.
say that the prime time of your years were spent on the New York Jets.
Yeah, it is really sad, and that's probably why he hasn't hung it up yet. But Jamal Adams, if you're listening right now, hey man, the career started off great, but now you got to think about your health and your longevity for your life. If you wanna live forever, dude, you got to stop doing this. Getting carted off in a preseason game, it's pretty tough. So
Yeah,
It's pretty
we'd
much a
love to have you on the
non-contact injury
show, though.
too.
yeah, it's just looking like that's the
I'd love to
last.
have you on the show.
I would love to have you on the show to talk about your career and how it is now probably coming to an end. Thank you, Jamal Adams. Yeah, man, hang it up.
Oh, speaking of career coming to an end, man, look at this.
Yeah, wow. Speaking
What
of
we got,
careers
Cam?
coming to an end, let's jump over to the NBA for a couple seconds. 2017 NBA MVP, 9-time NBA All Star, 2-time NBA All Star Game MVP, 2-time NBA All First Team, 5-time All NBA Second Team, 2-time All NBA Third Team, and NBA All Rookie First Team in 2009. Russell Westbrook has announced his retirement after just 18 seasons with 7 different teams. I know there was some talk about teams in the China League reaching out to him over the course of the offseason, and I'm very happy that Russell Westbrook has made the decision to bring his career to an end instead of pursuing a career in China. I did see that the Kings were interested in bringing him back, but he ultimately said I wouldn't want to do that. I'd rather just hang it up and start focusing on the next chapter. Russ had a phenomenal career. If you're watching that guy fly around the freaking court, what was it? The 2020-21 game that he had. That's some stuff that you don't really see. It's incredible, and he really did have a star-studded career. And I guess just thank you, Russ. Thank you, Russ.
20? Does that count for 20 bricks, 20 air balls, and 21 turnovers, or what?
Wow. I think it was the 21 was 21 backboard
No,
shattered.
I actually know what game you're talking about. Although I do think, there's a lot to say about his career, what he did, what he didn't do, but
There was
he played the game with a fiery passion. I appreciate that. He was entertaining to watch. I'll say that.
the guy's gotten a lot of hate over the back end of his career. I mean, absolutely, but he's also done a lot of special things. I mean, that guy flies, dude. That guy freaking flies. And it is sad. I mean, you just got to think here. This is another piece of your childhood that's shutting down. And
I'll tell you, bro. Once Jimmy Butler retires, I will not be,
we'll throw a
we're throwing
party. We'll throw a fuking party, bro.
Throw a party.
we're throwing a goodbye party.
We're going fucking
A special
clubbing.
episode.
Yeah, a special episode from the club.
IRL live stream.
It'll be the next 5 years of the channel will be dedicated as to why Jimmy Butler should not be in the Hall of Fame.
We're tearing him apart. We are tearing him apart. Yeah, man. I guess that's all we really have on Russ. I got a couple other things.
We got
that we didn't get
Jaden
added.
Daniels.
Yeah.
Jaden Daniels sent a cease and desist letter to LSU because Tiger cornerback DJ Pickett will wear number 5 next season.
Which he already immediately came out and said he'll change the number.
No,
He's got to have a backbone.
He
man,
doubled
bro.
down though. He did say he is gonna wear it.
Wow.
I don't know. It's just gonna be
I
corny.
would.
College
Yeah.
definitely shouldn't be retiring numbers unless
Dude,
Yeah, he had a 9-win season at LSU like 4 years after they won the national championship. I mean, Joe Burrow's number isn't even retired. It
Yeah.
just hasn't been worn since. So it's like, why do you
Yeah,
expect
they
your
did
number to
kind
be
of
retired?
tell Joe Burrow like that it was gonna be, it was gonna be retired. But like LSU is also like such a prestigious school. Like you got to do
Yeah.
like Joe Burrow did like a lot though. Like I want to say Jaden Daniels didn't do a lot. Like he won a Heisman, but if he played for like if he played for like say I mean, for example, if he played for Texas State and put up those numbers, like, bro, Jaden Daniels' number would get retired like middle of the season, bro. Like he would, like, I'm sure like Baylor is probably retired like RG3's number and stuff like that. But I mean, LSU,
Yeah, it's
you
just really a really
probably gotta
strange
win it
thing to come
all.
out
You
and,
probably
and
gotta
be
win it
upset
all
about.
to get that jersey retired. And unfortunately, it's not really his fault, obviously, but they didn't come too close. And he got swept by Florida State. So,
Yeah.
More of a defensive issue for
oh yeah,
teams to
100%. But
blame. But
still happened.
I guess we.
very, very strange. Very strange to come out and say that. I wonder if like the Colorado retirements had anything to do with it. Their jerseys being retired. I mean,
I mean, I
very
guess.
odd to me. You win 9 games in a season and think that your number should be retired just because you were Heisman. That's like a personal accolade too. It's not even like a team thing.
Yeah. But, I mean, it's kind of now just the glorified QB award, except for Travis Hunter.
He
And
should have won it.
in other news, I think we've missed a couple NFL signings that we meant to cover. I think we've already kind of glazed over it. His baldness himself, Keenan Allen, is now with the Colts. So they are looking to bring in a veteran with a bunch of young receivers out there. Uh, and that'll be kind of interesting to see. Maybe this is his final season. I figured going back to the Chargers last year, he'd hang it up there. But we'll see how this goes this year. For Keenan Allen. Also, the Dallas Cowboys signing Von Miller this weekend. We mentioned it very briefly earlier during debate. I mean, he had 9 sacks last year. What is he, 34 years old, I believe?
Von Miller, he's 37.
37? Shit, I'm way behind. Years are running together now. But 9 sacks last year still is an impact. That will definitely, even if he only turns into a rotational piece on this defense and plays out of the depth, I still think he's going to be an impact. So that is another big deal with Dallas making improvements to make a run this
Also
year.
in intangibles too.
Yeah,
Just the veteran presence
absolutely.
there
And
with a
and
with a
it's
very
someone
young.
with a very good mentality to have in the locker room. He's a great guy. He's already walked in bringing in that winner's mentality, and that is phenomenal. On a more sad note, we're gonna pay our regards and respects to a couple uh, legends of sports that have recently passed away. Uh, this Sunday, at the age of 83, the Bionic Man Tommy John passed away. Uh, Tommy John played an incredible 26 season long career that Cam has seen from the very start back in 1963. It was incredible to watch. Jake, didn't Hunter say that you had Tommy John surgery, right?
I did, man. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I did. And then I didn't even realize he was like a real guy
he
until
was a real
after I
guy.
got it.
He was a real guy. He was a real guy that played
And
baseball for
then
almost 30 years at the professional
they
level.
named some underwear after him, bro. So he's a real legend. But yeah, dude. Yeah. No, I did have it. Only surgery I've ever had actually, so fun
Wow.
fact. But
Yeah.
yeah, no.
Well, baseball fans, yeah.
Rest
Pour,
in peace to Mr. John.
yeah, pour one out for the Bionic Man if you're drinking out there tonight. And then another John, Cowboys legendary guard, back all the way, helped us get our first ever Super Bowl. John Nyland has passed away recently, just a year younger than Tommy John. He was 82 years old. The Dallas Cowboys made a post to send their regards. So, regarding the recent passing of John Nyland, the Dallas Cowboys are mourning the passing of our All-Pro guard. John was at the core of Tom Landry's greatest teams and a Super Bowl champion. He was a tough and dedicated team-first player that battled relentlessly on the line and represented excellence in every way. We send our condolences to his family and loved ones, and as do we here at the Blitz and Brick Show, as we are, we're a Texas located team. Pretty sure most of us, other than for whatever reason, Turbo is not a Cowboys fan. He's a Commanders fan. But most of us are Cowboys fans here, and that's probably one that, I mean, we make all the jokes that I'm old. If I watched Tommy John play from the start, I watched John Nyland play from the start too. Yeah, got to see that first Cowboys Super Bowl. That he is just an anchor on the line, man. A guy's a phenomenal lineman, and he passed of old age. The report was just a long descent of cognitive decline. So it's at least it wasn't anything serious or bad. But all respects and regards to the family at this time. That being said, hopefully there's no other sad news that we have to throw out there, and we can find something to say to end on a high note. But I think we're about ready to wrap. Do we have any stadium polls? Milton joined. I don't know if that's old or not. We got Bomag in the chat still. I guess now's your chance. Speak. Bomag. All right, no stadium pulse today. Shoot, anyone else want to throw something in there? Get a little bit of a higher note to end this off on?
That's kind of hard to follow up, Cam.
Yeah.
Kind of put me on the spot with that one.
Hey, my bad, bro. My bad.
How to follow up?
My bad.
Death.
Let's just end this off the right way and just shit on the Eagles just for Chris John's sake. I don't know. I already gave my harsh hot take on them earlier. Y'all were a little bit more lenient and kind, but
not really. I just said that their offense was terrible, but their defense is still pretty good.
Do you think?
Yeah, they're not actually like real contenders this year.
Yeah, no, not for the
Well,
long run. But maybe
I don't know if you saw this, but Jalen Hurts' picture, he doesn't have his hands on his shoulder pads this year. So every year that he's done that since he's been in the league, they've made the Super Bowl.
Wow. Well, I also saw him looking like Jose Jalapeno earlier in a video that I saw. So I think he's really a lot more focused on looks maxing than he is his QB play that's supposed to be getting him this big extension right now. So,
yeah, to be fair,
yeah, isn't he on the chopping block?
Yeah, dude. They told him that they're not going to focus on his extension right now until they see improvement in his QB play this season. So he has to step up big, and they gave away arguably his best pass catching weapon.
They had beef.
Yeah, but like even if you
I know they had beef. His own best weapon didn't want him and did not like him. So that's just
go ahead, Jake.
Nah, like as long as he mogs though, like he'll at least have aura and shit at the end of the day. But if you can't throw a 50-yard spiral like that anymore, like maybe just go to being a TV analyst or something. But
wow.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. I saw a clip the other day of Eagles posting like training camp videos, and they're highlighting Quinyon Mitchell's interception. But
I saw that too. I saw that he just throws a duck. Yeah, dude. And it's like, come on, man.
He throws a Philly cheesesteak.
Yeah, dude. You can't be glazing Quinyon for this. You just fucking showed the world that you. Oh my god, he's rubbing his Reuben out there, bro. You just what are you doing, Philly? How are you throwing? You don't like Reubens? It's like corned beef on rye bread. It's pretty good.
I know what a Reuben is, but you said he's rubbing his Reuben.
Yeah, man. Dude, I mean, what is Philly doing? Posting a clip that just makes the world laugh at their quarterback. You publicly said that you're not going to extend him until you see a reason to. Mind you,
and your head coach is using ChatGPT.
Yeah. I'm telling you, dude, you guys keep talking and you're going to keep making me think that my hot take is right.
We're saying the exact opposite of what you're saying, though.
How?
It'll be like all like in spite of this though. Like at the end of the year, they'll be like, yeah, they won like games, but like imagine AI didn't exist, they would have won like 12,
Wow. Well, I guess that's as good a place as ever to end it off for the night, you guys. Thank y'all for coming in and watching again. Once again, Blitz and Bricks episode 19. Next week will be Blitz and Bricks episode 20, and we're really excited to bring it to you. So, that being said, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And also like and share to everyone. And follow. Yeah.
Thank you
Comment.
guys for tuning in.
Yeah.
See you guys next week.
We will be back next
Peace out,
Tuesday,
y'all.
6 p.m. Thank you, fellas.